All right, so let's switch it up. Let's get to Drake and what goes next in this battle.
Okay.
I think, and I already see some people saying the opposite, but I think if it's push-ups versus Euphoria, I have Euphoria winning that round.
Agree. That's what I was, trying to say.
Now I do give a little asterisk, you know, a little asterisk for Drake because he did have to fight a lot of people. He did
Right.
have a lot of people to address.
Yeah.
So I give him a little bit of grace.
Hmm.
But this 6 minutes, it wasn't fluff. Like even in Champagne Moments, which I really like the Rick Ross diss, he kind of is just talking regular shit in the beginning.
Hmm.
He don't really get into the heat until verse 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which I like Champagne Moments a lot. Um, but even that, like, it had some fluff.
Hmm.
And same thing, like push-ups, the whole second verse almost is about everybody else.
Yeah.
So, there wasn't any fluff here. This was, you know, this was this was all about Drake.
It was fire.
So for me, uh, this round goes to Kendrick.
Hmm.
Who do you give it to?
Kendrick. I mean, I already said that. You know, back when I back
Back
when
when you were sipping champagne by the pool?
exactly. Exactly that. But yeah, no, I give it to Kendrick. I think it's an easy choice.
Okay.
I think that Drake did a good job. I was excited about Drake's
Push-ups.
yeah.
Now, I'm not
And
counting tailor-made freestyle
no. I know
because
it's just
there
for
was
the
AI. We
right.
removed the AI. You took
Yeah,
it
no.
down.
No.
And that was kind of just you trying to get Kendrick to respond anyway. So, eh.
But I think that I don't know. I think that Drake maybe it's just like a stylistic choice. I think that
What's a stylistic choice?
Kendrick just there was more nuance. There was
Okay.
more um there was more character. It was just a more exciting record.
I mean, there were 6 characters. No, I'm just kidding.
But it was just it's just a more exciting record. And I we broke down a lot of things like the beat, the flows changing up. Um,
Cadence.
yeah, like him being able to change his cadence. Um, the lyrics, because that's an important part of a diss record, right?
Right.
It doesn't negate what Drake did, because
Right. No,
I
he
came
did
on
good.
here and said that I liked what Drake did.
Absolutely. No, push-ups is good. Nobody here is shitting on records, but we having a fight. So we choosing who won round one. That's all.
Right. And
Yeah.
I do feel like Kendrick took it home. I don't know. I mean, and also we've kind of, it may just be the excitement of hearing the record today, because we have had a couple of weeks to kind of, you know, let go of what has been released. And I think that around the time where Push Ups came out and then the Rick Ross record comes out, and then there's just a bunch of stuff that I think people started to get beef fatigue, honestly.
Oh, I
And
don't think that.
I think people did. I think there were
I
a
think
lot.
I think we've all just been sitting on the edge of our seats waiting.
Nah, I think a lot of people were frustrated, especially with the AI stuff and not really knowing what was real and what wasn't. And I think people
Okay,
were
I see
getting
that.
fatigued with it. And there was so much happening. I think people just kind of got overstimulated. But so we got a couple weeks to kind of. I mean, it was smart releasing it now when we kind of had a little break from it. I think it's the timing of it is perfect. I don't think he should have released it any sooner in
Right.
hindsight. Um,
Okay.
So I think all of that is a factor. I don't
Okay.
if it came out a day or two after Drake releases Push Ups, I might not feel the same way. I'll still think that this is a dope record, but I think that we would still be kind of in that pressure cooker feeling, like we're, so. But he did his thing. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about it.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean,
he did his thing.
uh, I agree. I agree with a lot of that. I will say this. Um, I know Rick Ross joked that you probably shouldn't respond. Uh, Drake Drake should respond. I
Yeah,
know Rick Ross is making jokes. Um, but Drake should respond.
he should.
Uh, because if he doesn't, this is a clear L. I don't think this one is going to be very debatable. I'm not on anybody's side, to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Same.
caping for anyone. I'm not a huge fan of either person.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really have a dog in this fight, which I said from the beginning
Because your
that
guy
this,
took himself out the running.
yep, unapologetic, protecting my peace, all that nonsense. But
I'll
yes,
go talk to
Cole
my
Cole
therapist
left.
about it.
Right, Cole is busy with his therapist, and that makes me sad. But I don't have a dog in this race, so I'm just being objective. And
You
with
don't
that, I
have
want
all
to
the
say
dogs?
this: no, I have no dogs.
What about a
Uh,
cat?
no Crody, no Crody here.
No.
What I will say is this: jokes aside,
Mm-hmm.
if and when Drake responds, he's gonna have to really be creative
Yeah.
because just releasing bouncy beat. No, I say this wrong. Only releasing, only doing. I don't know how to really describe it. If all you're gonna do is put out a bouncy beat that we could sing along to, that's not gonna do it for round two.
Well, let me say this. I'm going to take the words of your We Tune Together co host. And I'm
Okay,
going to say, because let me tell you about the youth. They be knowing, okay? Your co host said,
my daughter.
yes, she said, "Where's Marvin's Room, Drake?" She said, "Where's Drake from then?" That's the
She
Drake
said
we
another
need.
song too, Perfection or
She said
something like
another
that.
song.
I can't
She
remember.
said, "That's the Drake we need." And while we don't need Marvin's Room specifically, that is the
She meant
Drake
that
we.
era, yeah.
Yes, yes. I know exactly what she meant, but I'm just making it clear to anybody who
To this
hasn't seen
audience, yeah.
it. We do need that Drake. That is the Drake who needs to come to the front of the line and show up, because that is a
Yeah.
different Drake. And I get, oh, evolution and maturity, and I don't know that Drake has matured. I've said that a lot of times.
But this is beef.
But this is beef, and we need that Drake to show up. And this is me, like, this is a very complimentary statement. Drake, what I'm trying to say is Drake has it in him.
Oh yeah, we.
Drake
I think.
can
I
do
think
it.
we all think that. Yeah,
Drake
we
can
all
come
think
up,
that.
pull up to the podium and obliterate it. Drake is very much
Absolutely.
capable of doing so. We know this about Drake, but we need that
Mhm.
Drake to come through. Come through those fake abs. We need the spirit of old Drake. Sorry, it was too easy.
Yikes.
It was too easy, but yes.
Uh,
Yes, your daughter said that, and I think she made I think she made I think she hit it, she hit the nail on the head with that one. So,
yeah.
you
I
know.
thanks. I just think he's gonna have to really go into the utility belt.
Yeah.
Because this is Kendrick's first full record.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably more coming.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Kendrick showed us everything he's capable of.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he has nothing left in the tank. I'm saying look at all the things he showed us.
Right.
Kendrick showed up like Batman. It was like, oh, here's what's this is in my utility belt. This is in my utility belt. Oh yeah, hold on. You need that? I got that too. Hold on, it's back here.
I am back.
Uh, oh, that one is far. Exactly. He's like, that one is far, but if I push this button by remote control, the back plane will drop it off right at the location.
Right.
And then jumped in his Kendrick mobile and left. So Drake has his hands full, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know what Drake is gonna do next. I don't know how soon he's going to respond. I don't care about the quote unquote clock.
Yeah.
I am from an era where I've seen both. I've
Mhm.
seen you have to wait until the person's album came out 6, 7, 8 months later. I've also seen cats go right up to Hot 97 and drop freestyle after freestyle about
Yeah.
you 3 days later after your album came out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm cool with whatever if it's heat. The same thing I said when Drake dropped Push Ups. I didn't know when Kendrick was responding, but I said Kendrick better come with heat. If Drake responds, I think he should. He
I
needs to
think.
come with heat. He needs to be creative. Now is the time to show us what you can do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now is the time to say, hey, here's all the things that Superman is capable of, keeping
Yeah.
it in the same analogy, right? Here's what to say, well, nigga, I got heat vision and super speed, and I could fly, and I could see through the walls and all this shit. This is what it's time to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if today's Drake is gonna do that. I think he's capable, yes,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
And last thing I want to say, I kind of feel Kendrick, man. He said, I like Drake with the melodies, not Drake when he acts like he's a thug. I always think that's weird. That like the richer Drake got, the more thug he tried to be.
Yeah. We don't need that. We just need the. I think the authenticity of, like I said, when Drake was in that old era, I think it was very effortless for him to give us like that real. I don't want to. Maybe real is not the right way to say it, but that rapidy rap.
Authentic. Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, um,
What the kids call lyrical miracle.
lyrical miracle. I think that was authentic. I don't think he really had to. Um, I don't think he really had to reach too deep for that. I think he was just that was the mode he was in. That was the zone he was in. I get that. Yeah, you get rich and things change, and maybe and you probably at this point. Sometimes they tell you don't pursue the things that you're passionate about as work, because of the fact that you may not like it as much as you did when it was a hobby. And I could totally see that happening with someone who has had a very long music career. And when they first started, their heart was really in it and they were really trying to make music for the people. And this is in my soul and I love this. I could totally see you becoming jaded over the years and getting to a point where that,
Which is a Drake song too.
right, which is having that happen and it kind of changing your perspective and changing your drive and your ambition, and what you put into the music changes. We see other artists, I won't name any, but we see other artists where you can tell like they've had long careers, but it looks like they're still like trying to level up themselves. I feel like Drake is not really in that space. Drake is very much like, listen,
Yeah,
this
this
is
this what y'all get this time.
I'm having a good time. This is my
Yeah.
job. I'm gonna do it, but you're not gonna get like that guy worked really, 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 really hard, and this guy is working smarter, not harder.
Right.
So and again, that's not a knock to Drake. My compliment to Drake is that I think he can show up. And I think he did great on push ups.
Yeah.
But now it's
Agreed.
time. Now Drake, it's time for the Kendrick diss, the full Kendrick diss, because Yes, you talk to a lot of people on push-ups. So now it's time to he's looking at you, he's pointing at you, you point right back at him at this point. That's what I'm ready for. So
He said, he said, no, he said, a 20v1? Yeah, me versus you and all your writers. Oh, that was foul, but I love
Kendrick
it.
has a good sense of humor, it seems. I said this with Drake. I said because I feel like Drake's personality really showed through on push-ups, and I feel the same way about Kendrick. Like
That's what's
their
supposed to happen in
their
beef.
personality. It's one thing when they release an album and they've got like a theme and it's supposed to be cohesive, so they did like this thing. But when they get to do these diss tracks, you really get to like see, like you said, the creativity and the charisma and
Right.
the riz.